Think about the last time something caught your eye on the street. You stop in your tracks, look, and the impulse to buy is instantaneous. But acting on that impulse requires navigating an obstacle course. You dig out your phone, unlock it, open the camera, aim at a tiny QR code, wait for a browser to load, and tap in your credentials. By step 3, the original intent is usually dead. A framework called Visual Transaction Initiation targets get-specific friction. Instead of a multi-step scavenger hunt on a tiny screen, the simple act of looking at a physical object begins the checkout process. This introduces what developers refer to as gaze pay capabilities. It represents a shift where looking at an item becomes the primary mechanism for a transaction, bypassing the need for manual data entry. For retailers, closing the time window between seeing an item and completing a purchase preserves customer intent, turning a passing glance into a completed order. To make visual purchasing work, the obvious instinct is to pack all necessary payment processing hardware straight into a pair of smart glasses. But doing so creates an immediate engineering paradox. On the left, lightweight processing for optical tracking. On the right, dense hardware for financial encryption. Force them together, the glasses swell and overheat. An ascending graph shows manufacturing costs climbing until mass adoption becomes impossible. Beyond the sheer bulk, an exposed, outward-facing wearable device that constantly broadcasts its location is a cybersecurity liability. You are essentially strapping a vulnerable credit card terminal directly to your face. Attempting to build a standalone smart glasses bank is a design flaw. It is too hot, too heavy, and too exposed to support real visual commerce. The solution to this paradox is an architectural split. This node tree shows how a single transaction pipeline cleanly divides into two distant nodes, interaction and execution. Isolating the interaction node, we define smart glasses strictly as the interaction layer. Their only job is observation. The lenses capture visual inputs to identify real-world targets, like physical products on a shelf, printed product barcodes, or digital displays. Once the item is identified, the system projects an augmented reality context overlay directly into your field of vision. This immediately displays the product name, price, merchant, and available shipping options. During this entire observational process, the interaction layer handles absolutely zero financial or personal identity data. Intentionally limiting what the glasses can compute keeps the hardware incredibly light and power efficient. They do exactly what they do best: manage the visual interface. Where does the purchase take place? The diagram shifts focus to the execution node, your trusted companion device, like a smartphone. Inside is a locked vault, representing the secure enclave that authenticates your identity away from exposed cameras. All the heavy lifting, contacting the bank, validating credentials, and executing payment authorization, happens inside that pocket device. Finalizing the payment, it signals order fulfillment back to the glass's visual display, completing a seamless, closed-loop data path. Securely separating sight from execution solves the wearable paradox. It protects banking data by keeping it within an established, secure environment, even as the interaction happens in the open. This lightweight, dual-device architecture frees commerce from the boundaries of physical cash registers and computer screens. It scales intuitively. You can look at shoes on display in a brick-and-mortar store or glance at an e-commerce listing on your laptop, and the checkout process is identical. That capability extends immediately to public kiosks, televisions, and shared displays. A passing advertisement or television commercial instantly becomes an active point of sale. You see the product, your companion device verifies it, and the transaction is initiated. The mechanical differentiator making this universal scalability possible is that strict, secure separation of systems. Gaze pay technology dissolves the boundary between browsing and buying. It turns the entire visual world into an interactive, frictionless storefront.